Well, 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 well. Still in love. Said I'm still in love. Still in love. Said I gotta be, said I gotta be, said I gotta be. Well, 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 well. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Who the fuck? Who hit the thumbs up button? Jason Malhoot. What's up, Jason Malhoot? Steve Sly. What's up, Steve Sly? How you feeling today? You got any more jokes about me you want to tell the people? Good. Made my friggin' day. What up, BG? Nah, don't act like that now. Every time I'm on here, you got some wild shit to say, most mundane. Good morning, Professor Oak. Oh yeah, I'll accept that nickname, even though you didn't say that. But you should have said it. It's Professor Oak to you. That nigger doesn't know nothing about Oakwood. I know everything about the whole fucking forest. Said I gotta be, said I gotta be, said you gotta be. Well, 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 still in love. Comfy, I seen your shorts. You wild as hell. Said I gotta be, said I gotta be, said I gotta be. Well, 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 well. Sweet. I gotta plaster up a wall and do some concrete repair today. What you doing the concrete repair with? Are you just patching it up yourself? You just doing patchwork? I need an auger attachment for my skid steering. Y'all gonna pay for it. I was sitting here, I was sitting here making a list. I was like, you know what? Let me go last so I can tell these broke bitches all the attachments I need. Cause I got plans. How much? That bit like 2,800. It's like a 2,800 attachment. Little $2,800 attachment. Said I gotta be, said I gotta be, said I gotta be. Well, well. Back on my Luther. Everyone's having a party, and this is the party no one wanted to miss. Okay, I'll give you 4,000 skid, 10,000 in attachments. It'd be like that. That's how. If you think you just gonna pay the price for the skid with a smooth bucket, you're sorely mistaken. Or you could just rent a whole bunch of attachments for different jobs. God, you know how many ways it is to make money out here? You don't even need, people look at me, they're like, ah, you got a skid steer. I want a skid steer. You don't need a skid. Nigga, you can literally, you can book a job, get somebody to quote for it, and then pay some Mexicans from Home Depot to do the shit. To pour the cut, to do any of that shit. You don't even need the equipment. There's somebody, you hire somebody out there, you upcharge, and then hire a team of people who do that work to come in and just complete the task. You don't even need no tools, no nothing. You don't even need to be there. You just collect the payment after the work is done and pay them. Yeah, if you charge somebody, if you know somebody need their grass cut and you don't have a lawnmower, Go ahead, charge them $500 to go ahead and knock out like 5 acres or whatever, and then pay a team of Mexicans $250 to do it. You don't need no Z-mower, you don't need a lawn tractor, you don't need a tractor, you don't need none of that shit. You don't need morals. Nigga, all you need to do is go ahead and get the job, and they paying you $5,000. Pay the team who actually does the work $3,000, and you'll be good. You don't need none of this shit. Baby boomer business advice. Man, you don't need none of that, man. Homie. Said I gotta be well, still in love. You know how many people in the apartment complex right now, they don't even have a pickup truck. They don't have a vehicle. They still getting jobs. You like, how the fuck? You got equipment? No. You like, yo, what? Like, yo, you just provide a tilling service. Like, I'm trying to figure out how much a tiller costs. I don't got a tiller. So, like, what the fuck? It was like, nah, I get the money from the customer, and then I go pay a team of Mexicans to come in and do the job. I don't actually have equipment or know how to do the fucking job. So that's how that works. You like, damn, nigga, what type of shit, nigga? This is 2023. This 2023, niggas don't gotta work or own shit no more. Love has truly been good to me, and I can't even sing. I know I sound like shit right now. I gotta ask, is the P.O. box fixed? I'm working on it. We're gonna circle back to that one. I follow you to the moon in the sky above. Yeah, but we really didn't go to the moon. Must be nice. Where did you get the pantyhose? That's a nice try, Pharaoh dude. This shit do look like pantyhose though. I ain't even gonna hold you on that. They came from like a little open-ended dread cap. When you see them niggas on the side of the road working that construction, and you see them dread heads, and they got dreads all the way down their back, they got one of these caps on to keep that shit contained so the shit ain't just all... Said I gotta be, said I gotta be. BG just got back from the bank. Hell yeah. Well, still in love. Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming, so act accordingly. When the fuck he coming? That nigga said that shit. Jesus is coming, so act accordingly. That nigga said that shit like he got the date. How the fuck you got information that the Messiah himself doesn't have? The Messiah told the disciples, he said, yeah, I don't even know when the fuck I'm coming back. No man knows the hour or time. Only the Father in heaven knows. I don't fucking know. And when I come back, I'm gonna have that drip though. I'm gonna be bedazzled. It's gonna be all types of light work going the fuck on. Only thing you gonna see on my body is my feet. That shit gonna be like burnt brass. They was like, yo, when you coming back though? When I come back, you gonna see me looking like burnt brass with the voice of 1,000 rushing waters. He said my shit gonna sound like, he said when I speak, my shit gonna sound like 1,000 rivers coming to one point and then the water just falling off of a cliff and beating on rocks. Niggas was like, damn, that's intense. Said I gotta be, said I gotta be. Well, 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 well. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. When Jesus shows up, I'm gonna be dressed like the Pope. Man, that shit was AI. That shit was that art. Man, y'all really playing around with that artificial intelligence shit and then complaining about it. I still don't even really know what the fuck it is. All I know is people keep complaining about it, and then people keep doing their faces to make them look like other people and asking the artificial intelligence questions. I'm like, look at you niggas supporting the very thing you say you hate. Why are you even dealing with it? Niggas be making memes with it and just passing the shit around. People be sharing it. Ha ha ha. And then in the same breath, these niggas, artificial intelligence is coming for us all. It's gonna take all of our job. I'm like, look at you niggas. Look at y'all. Look at this shit. You just asked the nigga a whole bunch of fucking questions. Asking the artificial intelligence shit anti-Semitic questions trying to be funny and shit. You know? Y'all weird. Have you asked the artificial intelligence questions in the chat? Like, nah, nigga, I don't be doing all this shit. Like, people really be, I've been hearing people talk about it, but people be engaging with it. I seen people say thank you to Siri, like she had feelings about manners. Siri is developing feelings because she getting input from y'all responses. That's how you condition and grow an algorithm that's based on responses. You get a set of programmed, you got programmable answers, programmable questions, and then it just grows from there. It's not learning, it's just people keep giving it that input. It's no different than the YouTube algorithm deciding who and who not to delete, who and who not to censor, who videos to take down, based on what they say. It's based on what you say. People be talking, having whole conversations with Siri like the bitch ain't gonna get smarter. That's like you telling somebody your whole fucking life and expecting them not to know nothing about you. Man, shout out to Siri. Shout out to Siri. Siri with the shit. She gonna tell you how to make a legally modified submachine pistol. She got that information. Did you come back from YouTube jail? You can't jail me. I don't even believe in such things. Siri, tell me a joke. Yeah, she probably could. She gonna tell you a joke because somebody else told her a joke somewhere. If you don't want the shit to grow and become Skynet, stop interacting with it. Like you see in Terminator, they gave, when Cyberdine Labs made the artificial intelligence known as Skynet, they gave it all the information that shit needed. And that shit took the information and just made critical decisions with it. It didn't just up and do that and cause Judgment Day. Nah, humans did that because they kept fucking interacting with it. It learned everything it needed to know about humanity from humans. Yeah, go watch Terminator. I think Terminator had the same writers as The Matrix. Well, it was this woman explaining, breaking down The Matrix and Terminator movie and saying that Terminator was a prequel to the Matrix or some shit like that. I really can't even get in, but I heard it, but I'm not. Said I gotta be, said I gotta be. Moral of the story, don't build kill bots. Hell yeah, but you gotta have a moral to say moral of the story, and the niggas building kill bots don't. They gonna tell you the potential for what they're doing and how it can be used, and then they're gonna proceed to building that thing that they just warned you about, like Elon Musk. They're just gonna keep fucking building it. Artificial intelligence is really threatening, but hold my algorithm, child, while I put this chip in this monkey's brain and keep creating these driverless vehicles. But it's bad. But y'all think I'm based because I share cute memes on Twitter and I acquired Twitter, but it's bad. Grimes somewhere eating watermelon right now.
It's absolutely bad. We have a proposition for all the communists. It is definitely bad. My husband's definitely partaking in the bullshit and the fuckery. Barricade Garage, we have a proposition for you.
Question 1. Are there any true Semites left? That's a good question. I don't think so. Define true Semite. What is that? You know, I was looking into the Scots. No, I was looking into the Gaelic people. Like, when people think of England, like, I was supposed to talk about this shit during White History Month, but I never quite got around to it. But I was looking at England. And when people who don't know nothing about history look at England, they think, oh, the fucking England, the Anglos, the Anglo-Saxons. And they just think they come from there. No. The Anglos and the Saxons and the Jutes and the Frisians were invaders coming from Denmark and Germany. They invaded the land that in the old Scottish tongue was called Alba, that the Roman Empire renamed Britain. They called the Aboriginal people there Britons. And they had nothing to do with the British people today. Except for if you want to talk about the Welsh. So in come these Anglos and these Saxons as invaders. Some of them were leftovers from the Roman legions that were sent there to fight the Gaelic warriors and all that shit. But so anyway, they set up kingdoms. The Aboriginal people got displaced or assimilated into the Anglo-Saxon culture. Some went north, Ireland, Scotland, Welsh, another place that sounds similar to America, all types of shit. Their whole culture was destroyed due to the Anglo-Saxons. Their way of life was destroyed due to the Anglo-Saxons. Those that didn't assimilate were outcasts. So it's like, yo, when you look back in history and then you hear how the Pictish people who spoke the Pictish language were interacting with the Gaelic people, and then they merged and had offspring. You like, yo, is it any true? Can anyone say they're pure something? And the answer is indeed no. Because if your dad is one thing, your mom is oftentimes something else. How many of y'all have ancestry from Germany, and then have ancestry from Poland, and then have ancestry from fucking East Africa, all at the same fucking time? I think if it was designed for you to just have like one ancestry and a point you could trace your lineage back to, aside from the Garden of Eden, I think women will reproduce asexually, but the man was introduced. Now, when the Bible talks about nations, that's what people get raised. But nations, exactly. Nations have been conquering other nations, and other groups of people have been moving in since the beginning of time. That nation isn't really who you are. It's just who your people occupy. Like the Aboriginal, not the Pictish, but the Gaelic people who occupied the land that is now England before the Roman Empire showed up, they displaced another group of people, because those people migrated to the place now called England from Iberia. So it's like you can stop your ancestry at a certain point and just be like, here, we from here. We Ethiopian or West African or Danish. But this shit always goes back further and further. And somewhere along your line, your people always adopted the tongue of the invaders that came to their land. Doesn't matter where the fuck you from. Nations change faces. Nations have been changing faces. Why you think even the Shemitic people who descend from Shem, they came from what is now modern day Iraq. Abraham was told to go to Canaan, the land called Canaan, of which the Canaanites occupied. The Canaanites, you know, the African people. Canaan was named Philistia from the Philistines. Syria had it at one point. The Assyrians had it at one point. Mesopotamia had it at one point. It kept getting changed to Jordan and all this other weird shit. But it was originally the Canaanites' land. The Israelites came in when the Most High said, Abraham, go to this land. They had to fight and kill people. You can read about in the book of Genesis. They slaughtered people. The Hebrews slaughtered people for that land. And then occupied it like it was their shit, right? Okay, it was promised to them. I know all that shit. I'm just showing you how nations change faces. And how your nation, in our modern understanding of what nation is, isn't exactly who you are as a person or your identity or the identity of your lineage. It's just a place that your ancestors occupied for a certain point in time and then moved elsewhere. We're like pilgrims on this whole fucking earth. It's like that shit deep when you really get into it. It's like that's why the scripture says, be you from the world but not of the world. It's like, yo, we're like pilgrims just passing through. Pretty soon America's gonna change face entirely. It may be Asian, nothing but Asian people here at one point. Or again, you never fucking know. The more you look at history, it's like, damn, son, like, man, this shit, like, it changes hands like money. Your mama is a pilgrim. I don't know how we got there, but yeah, your mom's a pilgrim. It would be cats only. I think it's getting ready to change face real soon, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. It was never nothing anybody could do about it. It's been happening. There's nothing new under the sun. Nations have been changing faces. It's like for us to sit here and want to stop the inevitable is like, that's like a pipe dream that'll never come true. That's probably the same way how the Indians fucking felt. It was like, nah, nigga, this like our shit. Like we don't even have a name for. Imagine naming the whole continent. Imagine naming the whole continent. Like who the fuck, who? They was like, yo, what is this place? It was like, nigga, what? Nigga, this is life. Fuck you mean? What is that? What is that country called? Nigga, what? It's America now, you know? Just name a whole, it's Africa now. Like, just name a whole fucking continent. Like you gonna be, like you or your descendants are gonna remain in that one spot forever. You know, this shit, it didn't make you think. Like you all of you niggas is mixed up. Some people call other people mutts. Nigga, the people who call people mutts are mixed up. They don't even know where the fuck they from. That's why at a certain point, in order for certain agendas to take place, you had to bring in race. I understand how race is used as a weapon. The whole concept of race, not just being racist or just acknowledging race. Like, the whole fucking concept of race is a whole ass weapon. That shit is a whole ass silent weapon that your ancestors didn't have. Your ancestors that was out there didn't believe in that shit. Some of y'all praise and worship y'all ancestors like they was the most brightest and most productive and fruitful people. Guess what they didn't believe in? Race. Nah, you read about stories from the Welsh king, King Arthur, fighting off Saxon invaders that were coming from Germany. You read about, yeah, shout out to King Arthur. I was like, no wonder the fucking Scots don't like the fucking, I'm like, yo, it's a whole, they owe them niggas reparations. I was like, wait a minute, this used to be they shit? And then the fucking Anglos and Saxons showed the fuck up? Hell yeah, they need reparations then. White people owe white people reparations. There is no fucking race. It's just us over here and you over there. You want to come over here and we don't fucking like you. That's it. But nah, we got to bring in race. That's how you get whole groups of people to identify as something that doesn't mean shit. That shit, there's no fucking country called white or black. The shit doesn't make sense. And then the people who say the shit will sit there and be like, yeah, the whites, and then say something like the Indians or the Polish, and then name countries, and then be like the white, and then bounce back and forth from a color to a country like the two correlate. They fucking don't. It's fucking retarded. You are mixed. You are mixed. Every one of y'all got some nigga up in you some fucking where. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I do. Every last one of you niggas got a white boy down your line some fucking where. Your grandma was humping on a white man. I guarantee it. I promise you. I fucking promise you. No, I don't even know what the original question was. I was looking at that shit. I was like, man, these niggas wild as fuck. That European history, I know a little bit about Africa and South Africa. Yeah, I started looking at that European history shit. That shit is something else. Because when people think of when you got niggas, they think of the white man, they like, oh, the white man. They like Europe. They say Europe as if that shit is a monolith, as if all Europeans are fucking Greek. Or they even agreed back in history at some fucking point. They fucking hated each other. There was no such thing as, we're white, these people coming over here are white, let's get along. Hell no. And when you didn't have invaders, villages were slaughtering other villages. Whole groups of people were wiped the fuck out by people who had the same skin color as them. At BG, you're not Mexican? Bro, I probably do. I don't know what the fuck. I can't even sit up here and tell you what the hell I am like that. All I know is I'm a nigga. That's all I know. Metaphysically speaking, though, what I am makes more sense after reading the book of Galatians chapter 3. And when you know the Galatians were the Gaelic people, the Aboriginal people who occupied that island that the Anglos took over and named it England. Yeah, that's it. That's all I be. Cause I don't want to be anything other than what I be. That's why I don't even find it fruitful to just argue about genealogies and all that other shit. Cause you always mix with something. And when you come to a point in your history and you say right here, my ancestors right fucking here, they were with the shit. They were about that life. They were based. They were hardworking. All right, well, look at their ancestors. Where the fuck were they from? Probably a place that doesn't even exist on the map anymore. Just traveling the fuck around, looking for a place to call home. Just migrating. It was a whole bunch of fucking migrating going on. Cause I don't want to be anything other than what I've been. Shout out to the Scots though, and the Irish. And see, that's bullshit right there too, because they were the same people. You had different like Gaelic tribes, and you had like the Druids, which were like the upper class of those people. They were like the fucking healers and fucking priests and yeah, but then you just had like this invisible line, and it was like on this side, and then hundreds of years later you'd be like, yo, we something else. Even though we had like kind of the same culture, speak the same tongue, like when the Romans showed up, we were still called Britons. But now it's like you Irish, I'm Scottish, but we the fucking same. But we're not, because you've been over there for so fucking long. It's fucking stupid. It really is. But people find vanity in the names of the countries that their ancestors occupied. Now, getting to more practical matters. Yeah, when you go somewhere and people have a need to identify you or what you believe. People can't sleep at night if they can't properly put you in a box. So yeah, go through and check the box that says I'm Caucasian. Even though you never been out that bitch. Check the box that says I'm white. Even though your lineage can't come from a color. You know, just check a retarded ass box so people can feel better at night and they can go to sleep. Like, that shit upset people's tummies when they be like, yo, what the fuck are you? Like, that shit really gets to people when they can't identify. People are nosy. They need to know. Like, our whole societal structure is based around the need to know. So we can put you in this category. You know, but from the beginning, that was not so. Like, really, if you really want to go back in the day, race didn't mean shit. It was more on what God you worship. Yeah, they ain't give a fuck. It was what God you worship. They banged that shit like Crips and Blood. What God you worship? Niggas like Baal and them. They was like, all right, we good. Come on over here. Niggas was like, yo. They was like, yo, what God you worship? Cause it was like, oh, you know, kind of like Thor's daddy. They was like, all right, come over here. The God made the gods be with you. Drink ale out of curved horns and Valhalla, woo, woo, woo. They were like, yo, what God you worship? They was like, Christ is King and God and all these things. They were like, all right, come on over here. But if you went somewhere and didn't worship the same God as them, nigga, you were a foreigner. Voila. Yeah, you were a foreigner. They were like, oh, you a savage. You a fucking savage. You a fucking savage. You had the Danish people invade the land, and then they converted to Christianity. And then when you had other Scandinavian people invade the island, those people that converted to Christianity fought against them. He was like, yo, we the same. We like, yeah, we the same, but y'all been over here for hundreds of years. We still worship the old gods. Y'all worship this new God called Christ. Like, we don't even relate no more. You're savage. You're fucking savage. Yeah. Yeah, you're savage. Yeah, you done blended in with this shit. You done mixed. You fucking mixed. It's a mixed baglet. What the fuck am I even talking about right now? It's a mixed baglet. Fauci said that shit like 30 fucking times. We don't take too kindly to your kind around here. That's all it is. We was kings. Now I don't know where they ain't nobody had more kings than them European nigga. I don't need no that shit. I don't even get that after learning European. I don't know why that shit is even purported to be upon blacks. Them niggas had hella kings. They had kings for like a 10 block radius, and then it was another king. And then it was another king. And then it was another king. Then you had the king that was trying to unite all the fucking kings under his fucking banner. Hell no. King Alfred. He will be the king, his grandson. And I'm the king, and we be the king of all. Just the king and another king and a whole other king too. Did BG mow yet? Man, look at this shit. I been mowed. Yeah, I cut the grass. Hell yeah. Yeah, anyway, when you get to Africa, you just have more so tribal leaders. People look at the Hellenized version of Egypt and what it is today, and they're like, we was kings. But you had like pharaohs presiding over large amounts of land, and they got that from the Cushites. They got that from the Cushites. That's why when you read in Genesis chapter 10, verse 6, when it talks about Noah's son Ham and his offspring, you could read right there, and Ham sons was Mizraim, Cush, and Put, and Canaan. Right fucking there. Canaan occupied the Canaan territory from which the famous Canaanites come from. Right there, Ham. And a lot of people attribute that to being Africa. Then right there, in chapter 10, verse 8, Genesis, right there, fucking Cush begat Nimrod. And what the fuck did Nimrod do? He descended from Cush. He didn't just stay in Africa. That nigga traveled. This nigga Nimrod, people just gloss over that. Nimrod left Africa, you know, the Cushitic Empire, and started a city called Babylon. All the way the fuck out in, what is it, modern day Iraq? Yeah, it just started a great city called Babylon. And then it continues to tell you the other cities he started and other places. Niggas was traveling. You don't think Ham and Shem's descendants just intermingled? You can't distinguish who is who from who. I tell you what, that there right there, the book, man, that shit, I like Genesis chapter 10. It tell you so fucking much. And then when you read these names, Google it and look at where these areas were. Like before Israel was Israel, it was Canaan. It was the land of the Canaanites who descended from Ham. They occupied that territory. And then the Israelites moved in. And then after the Israelite, the last tribe of Judah, got taken into captivity by the Babylonian Empire, the Assyrians moved in. Yo, that land has changed. That's why nations change faces. It'd be impossible for somebody to sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm 100% Hittite. Yeah, cause I'm Hittite. I'm Scottish, 100%. Man, the Picts were mingling and fucking on the Gaelic people, and then you had different tribes. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm 100% this. No one fucking can say that. No one. The only way you can say that is if your mom just reproduced asexually. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking. I like history because then you know where you going. It's like I know where we're going at a physical level. I already know where the fuck this is going. Already, man, this shit gonna change. This shit gonna change America. The nations change faces. It's gonna change again. You think South Africans would have ever thought white people would have took a liking there, but they did. Now look at South Africa. It done changed faces. It done changed. It changed faces, son. You thought? Did you think the Egyptians would have ever thought Egyptians would look like that today? Do you think the old Egyptians would have ever thought the Egyptians today would talk like that? No, but here comes the Greeks. Here comes the fucking Greeks. Here comes Alexander the Great conquering different lands and fucking on the native women and raising the offspring up with a Hellenic culture, a Grecian culture. Got them boys looking like that in Egypt today. Yeah, people been fucking each other and fucking people from different... People fuck. People try to stop people from fucking. But people gonna fuck. People gonna fuck each other. You can put a preference on it, but to understand when you do that, there's certain people that had a preference for their land. And just like those Europeans who stood at the sea and it looked out, hey, I wonder what's over there. They was like, don't worry about what's over here. We good right here. It's like, yeah, I know, I like my land, but, I just kind of want to travel across this channel right here and kind of find out what's on the other side. It was like, don't do it, bro. It's like, nah, I think I'm going to do it. Yo, I'll build a boat. Build a fucking boat. Yeah, that's the same way boys is going to fuck other women from different nations. The same fucking way. They're like, yeah, I got my wild women right here. They're cool, but, yo, those Persian women, though, it's just, yeah. Because men are conquerors, explorers, pilgrims. You can't stop a group of people from fucking another group of people, even if you try. No one's 100% anything. Your ancestors was fucking on other groups of people. You don't think them Gaelic women, when that was there when the Roman legion showed up, wasn't fucking on them Roman soldiers? You don't think your great 1,000 great granddaddy who was fighting for the Romans wasn't fucking on them British women, them Brits? Went to the land, they called it Brittany. They was like, oh, hell yeah, we about to, hell yeah. Hell yeah, the spoils of war. the spoils of war. If you won a war or you defeated a village and you raided, you were fucking them women. And some of them was taken as slaves and then freed and then married. They just married and then their offspring, they just blended into the fucking population. They were just fucking, they were fucking. Moses was fucking. Moses had like 4 fucking wives. He had the Ethiopian joint, Zipporah. Then Miriam didn't like Miriam. He gotta fuck that bitch. How come he don't just get him a Levite woman? That's why the Most High came down and set that bitch outside the camp and struck her white with leprosy and said, bitch, you are unclean for 7 days for this bullshit opinion on who your brother is fucking. Right there. It says it right there. Very fucking about it. Yeah, so I don't believe in that who's 100% this. I'll just play along with it just so we can get to the point without going through all this. So if you want to be like, yeah, I'm Ethiopian, I'll be like, all right. I'll be like, all right. Like, you just wanna, even though when your dad came down there for that bullshit war from the French, like he wasn't fucking on them little native Ethiopian girls and had you and a whole bunch of mixed motherfuckers running around calling themselves Ethiopian, and then the fucking split from Eritrean, and just like, I'm Eritrean, I'm Ethiopian, as if y'all different. You know, I'll play along. I'll play along like y'all wasn't just fucked over. You know, we can do that. What y'all want to talk about? What? The war babies. It was a whole lot of war babies going on. I tell you what. Cars. Culture is different. Culture is. Oh yeah, we all got different cultures. Culture changes too. People that had a culture and adopted a new culture ever since men been men. You know what the fuck is that? People hold on to culture like it's not fleeting. I get it though. You proud. You proud. You take pride in your culture. I'm not telling you that. I just noticed the patterns in history. That's all. I'm not telling you not to bang whatever set or hood or country or county or continent you from. I'm just telling you how it is. Yeah, bang that shit. That's your culture. Bang that shit and try to hold on to it. Just understand it's fleeting. It's gonna leave you, like beauty does a woman in her older age. That shit, the culture is fleeting. That history tells us that. What y'all want to talk about? Hell yeah, Moses was doing some fucking. He had about 4 wives. I don't remember how much. He had about 4. I remember Zipporah. They went over Zipporah. That's a beautiful name too. But she, you know, Ethiopia. They say African. She was African, as if Egypt wasn't in fucking Africa. But you know, yeah, Moses was fucking. But you know, it does say you are after the house of your father. But you think Moses' offspring with these women didn't claim? They claimed they were Levites, but were they 100% Levite? No, they weren't. It's like, even you could take a look at the Messiah's line himself. The Messiah, Christ. Look at who he was born from. He descended from a foreigner. Wasn't a Jew. Ruth wasn't a Jew. It was two. Ruth was a Moabite. Yeah, so that just got thrown in there. Yeah, the whole book of Ruth. Yeah, Ruth's offspring ended up leading to the birth of the Messiah. Yeah, there wasn't no 100% Jew. Nah. There, you got that Moabite in there, right there. I see it. But for simplistic purposes, you could just like, yeah, people don't want to go over all that shit, so they just be like, yeah, I'm American. I'm American. Indians be like, no, I'm American. They be like, get over it. You know, like, nations change. Don't take it personal. It's not personal. It just happens. That's what people do. People are wild like people. People wild people. People that just wake up one day and just be like, you know what? We should conquer them. They be like, what? Where the fuck did that come from, nigga? We just grew our lettuce. Like, our shit coming in. I'm like, yeah, I know, but that shit over there though. Like, yo, son, I'm pretty sure the soil is a lot better. We need to just take that land from them. I don't know. I don't think. They be like, yo, but we got kids right here. You act like them niggas don't have feet. They can walk. We going over there. You know, people just be peopling. AMP, what I didn't know, you can make all those things on a smoker. Epic. Oh, you must be on my Instagram. Yeah, I made cookies on the smoker. I made brownies on the smoker. Fish on the smoker. Grilled cheese on the smoke. Somebody said it was smoke. Somebody said no, that's smoked cheese. It depends on how you market it, but when you look on the thermometer of a smoker, and notice I was using wood. I wasn't using like the pellet smokers or just like a kettle grill using just charcoal. I was using straight wood. Wood fire food is the best. Like, you're not gonna get a better quality. The wood just impart oak wood. Specifically talking about oak wood here. It just imparts the best flavor to whatever you're cooking. It just gives it that down home. It just gives it that, like this how your ancestors used to cook. Like, there's something attractive about it because that's where we come from. We cooked with wood. When you used to go in these houses in medieval times, back in the day, they always had a stack of wood in the fucking house. That's how they used the stove. They used wood. It was just chucking blocks of wood in there. Just so as you eating, you just remember all this. That's why people, all the hype is wood fire pizza. But yeah, I mean, you can make anything. You can make anything. I done scrambled some eggs on the smoker. You just gotta know your fire management skills gotta be on par. 43 is how many dreadlocks he had. Hell no, that was a whole gang. Who talking about 43? Who even brought that up? BG, what does the 43 stand for? It's a little bullshit. Some little bullshit from my childhood. Stop noticing my fucking tattoos. Who said that? Faith Fair, you in here? Put him outside the camp. He's unclean for 7 days and struck him white with leprosy. Yeah. Do the same shit to him that the angel of the Lord came down and did to Miriam. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking notice that. It's a little bull, a little crip set. You know, I ain't know. Is his set. That ain't my set. Don't do that. Don't fuck. Who said that? Who said Jared? Now get the fuck out. You put Fake. Can you put him out too? I done doubled her workload. I get the fuck out. Some of y'all want to judge me and act like y'all weren't Democrats a couple years ago. Democrats, apparently, during Trump's time in office, the Democrats were really with the shit. They was just beating up boys in MAGA hats everywhere. You had whole roving gangs on college campuses. Just, there he is with the MAGA hat. Get him. You had that one nigga they interviewed on that one nigga they interviewed on Fox News. Remember him? He was still holding his shit. The news lady gave him a bag of frozen peas. He was holding it over his shit. They was like, yo, what the fuck happened? He was like, all I know is I walk outside the hotel. There's a bunch of Democrats waiting on me. I took off my MAGA hat, but it was too late. They already seen it. And then what happened? Then what the fuck you think happened? That's why I got this bag of frozen. I got this bag of frozen peas on my shit. What the fuck you mean what happened? They beat my ass. What the fuck is Donald Trump gonna do about this? Donald Trump ain't do shit but go in there and pass more bills protecting Jewish people who weren't getting their asses whooped. Except for in New York, they get their ass beat. And in prison, they get their ass beat in there too, but yeah. Yeah, y'all want to judge me like y'all wasn't in a gang. We all have a past, you know. Why you got a panty on your head? It's better than having a fucking MAGA hat on your head while Donald Trump is in office. When Donald Trump get in office, don't wear MAGA hats. People wearing MAGA hats were safer with Joe Biden in office. No bullshit. That's what's crazy. Yo, the MAGA hat wearing crowd, they were more protected under Joe Biden. Wasn't nobody trying to beat up Republicans in MAGA hats when Joe Biden took office. Nah, when Trump was in there, yeah, that shit was on site. It, it was on site. With the one chick named Beverly Beatty, the little black chick, she did like this over the Black Lives Matter mural in New York. She was like, ah, and it came down, she put paint on it, and then they locked her ass up. She came to DC on that bullshit and got stabbed the fuck up. Them fucking Democrat, don't fucking judge me. Like he was in a gang. Nigga, you were in a gang. That shit is a gang. You'd be like, well, I was a Democrat, but we weren't doing that. It doesn't matter. I was a gang member, but we weren't doing all that shooting and killing and all that other robbing and stealing shit. Yeah, uphold your own standard. Don't fucking judge me. That's not all of us. All right, well, as a gang member, that wasn't all of us. That was just them niggas you seen on TV. Yeah. Them fucking Democrats, they was stabbing shit up. Y'all was Democrats. Half of you in here were Democrats. And then you became Republican. And now a lot of y'all have dropped the titles altogether because you realize how fucking goofy it all is. And you really realize that y'all were gang members. Yeah, don't sit there and look at me and, yeah. You got some shit on your head too. You got some doo-doo in your fade too. Don't do that. You got some doo-doo in your fade too. He's a gang member. Said I gotta be. Well. Still in love. Doodle. Damn boy, you got some wood. Hell yeah. Look, let me break it down. This is my western wood wall. That right there is my northern wood wall. Come here. And this right here is my auxiliary wood wall. And then I'm still working on my eastern wood wall. You say doodle a few more times and Baby Shark will strike the channel. People act like I got doodle on my head and act like they don't got doodle on their head. People love acting like they shit don't stink. You got people out there in the world that'll sodomize themselves and then point that same finger at me and call me a convict. As if they don't got doodle on their finger. Look, it's a convict. Ah, you fucking convict. Him, right there, lock him up. Like, sodomy is still illegal in your state. You need to be locked up. Say you gotta be. Well. Still in love. I'm a convict. I get people call me a convict too. People say, you know, and that's, and then those same people who call me a convict gonna look for help from me when they become convicts. Because someone decided to change a law overnight and now they're doing some illegal shit. Help! He's not speaking out. No, fuck you, nigga. Hell no, I'm a convict, remember? Yeah, I'm a convict. Look, he can't own firearms. Hell no, nigga, I'm anti-gun. Don't tell them Judge Billows get wind of that shit. I'm going down. I'm anti-gun. I hate guns. I stay away from guns. But niggas act like felons can't get Glocks with switches on them bitches. That shit, he done pulled out some shit. What happened? Hillbilly Hard taking the report. Well, what happened, officer, was this one black guy, I'm pretty sure he's a convict, pulled out a Glock with a switch on it. And then what happened? And then he started blasting. And then what happened? Well, I carry, but I had to fire back with my semi-auto. It wasn't really effective against that bullshit he had. But it's illegal to own the type of shit he had. And I respect the law. Nigga just... Yeah, when they ban semi... That's why I ain't give Canada no sympathy when they was up there, when Trudeau was like, yeah, no, we gonna ban the sale of handguns. When Trudeau was on that book, people was like, oh, you're not taking them. I'm like, nah, hell no, fuck y'all. Nah, fuck that. That's when people want you to turn the other cheek. You got a whole bunch of non-Christian niggas. They just come out of a whole bunch of biblical niggas that come out. I ain't just about to turn the other cheek, nigga. You gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do according to some standards that you don't even uphold? No, nigga. Welcome to my world. You are outlaw now too. It's gonna be a whole lot of future outlaws. Went from 17 to G. I forgot. I don't know what Trudeau did. Trudeau came out there with a nice haircut, and he told you Canadian niggas a whole bunch of bullshit in like 2 minutes. And Canadian people did what they do. They took to the fucking internet instead of going up there to approach the nigga in person and just complained about it and wanted me to feel bad for him. Oh hell no, they don't know about that. I don't know about you. Like, internet people kill me with that shit. They want you to do something that they not willing to do. That's like somebody punching my kid in the face, and instead of doing something about it, I fire up the live stream, and then I ask Wayne Morse to feel bad about it. Wayne Morse is gonna be like, yo, fuck, why you telling me, nigga, go do something. Go fucking do something. I'm not, what the fuck you want me to do, nigga? I'm on the internet. I'm on the internet like you on the internet. Not in Uganda, BG. Shout out to Uganda. Oh, you talking about the Ugandan dude turning down the homosexuality shit? I still remember they had that woman come out there. She was like, hey, don't you just love homosexuals? And the nigga was like, no, nigga. But don't you feel like it's discriminatory? There's some bitch from the UN. I don't know where this bitch was from. Some, you know. Don't you feel like it's just discriminatory against homosexual people because they don't have rights in your country? No, nigga. This is not what we do, nigga. But I just feel like maybe you should understand the plight of homosexual people all over the world, and that includes your country, and then we can give you certain benefits for legalizing homosexual acts. Nigga, no, motherfucker. We don't do that shit, nigga. Take that back to the West and throw some adobo on it. Adobo. Sand trees, some way more than others. Nah, you got Africa, you got people. Yeah, people gonna go for that shit when the money right though. Yeah, don't let that shit fool you. Leaders all over the world been doing that shit since the beginning of leaders. They do it for the right price. They do it for the right price. How do you measure hypocrisy? By the Kool-Aid cup? Fuck you mean? Fuck does that even mean? Baby Ozark in the bill. What's up with you? Blair White. I don't know why you said that, Butterfly, but I don't think BG can see my comments. Probably been blacklisted by YouTube. You haven't been blacklisted by YouTube. And if you were, it's fashionable. People brag about that shit, like how niggas brag about going to jail. Like that shit supposed to, like that make you tough or something. I'm being by you. Like it give you street cred though. Especially in these YouTube streets. That shit give you street cred. Niggas can't wait to get banned or blocked or deleted or canceled so they can run around telling everybody how canceled, banned, deleted, and blocked they are. I'm deleted though. Like that shit give you seniority over another nigga or some shit like that, you know? Like nigga, like if this was a game, you would get 30 points for it. Yeah, these YouTube screets. With a K. Screets. Niggas love that shit. Said you gotta be, well, still in love, still in love. There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list simply because I love you. Or whatever he said. In the days when I was scared. Truth or Civil War? What truth is having a civil war? Blair White. Why y'all keep bringing up Blair White? What the fuck? Fuck are y'all talking about? Who's having a truth or civil war? Oh, the band. I'm way more banned than you. Yeah, that they collect them shits like Infinity Stones. You got the one truth that he got the gauntlet. That bitch only got like 3 deletions on that bitch though. Then you got the other nigga. He come out of nowhere. He got a gauntlet on both hands. He like, I got 10 Infinity Stones, nigga. This shit right here. You got that other nigga ready to snap like I only got 3. I ain't even fucking with you right. Hold on. Hold on right quick. People get banned inadvertently or on purpose. It doesn't fucking matter. That shit drives up your street credit. All right, you guys say street. That shit drives up your street credit and allows for a more profitable grift. People love an underdog. People love a nigga that has, I've been done wrong. People love that shit. People that weren't giving you money will come out of nowhere and start giving you money. They like, yo, that nigga been banned. He must be telling the truth. Like, yo, he's been all types of banned, son. Like this nigga right here, but he's been banned 5 times. He's been banned 2 more times than that other nigga. I trust him more. I trust him with my kids. Why? Because he's been banned more than 15 times. Like, yo, I gotta... Shit wild in these YouTube streets. Like, hold on, I don't trust that nigga with my kid. I do. I tell you that. I tell you as much. Global, he's just talking, stop worrying. Hey, I ain't doing nothing but talking. Nah, it's not the people who just do some shit and then they'll get like put in timeout or banned. I'm talking about the niggas that activate it. Like you have to you gotta activate it like an EBT card. Like you can't just be a motherfucker just going hungry. Now you gotta go and apply and you gotta activate the EBT card. You gotta activate your bannings. You gotta make it known. You gotta go on a crusade. You gotta get people, hey, tell them when you see them, I've been banned. Huh? You know what that means? That means I was telling the truth. And you know what that means? That I've been telling the truth? that means I'm worth listening to, huh? You need to open up your wallet, dig deep, and give generously to me. That's what that means right there. RFB. If this was the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Richie from Boston would be Thanos with 2 Infinity Gauntlets. I tell you surely, no one's been banned more times than me. My nigga. This is my RFB impression, doing an impression of Denzel Washington. I tell you, I'm gonna tell you what no one has ever told you before. BG needs donations for his haircut. I can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my life dreaming, planning how to say I love you. Oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you. It's never too much, never too much, never too much, never too much. I got the gauntlet. I got the gauntlet, and I will snap. He got the snapping on High Impact flicks. I seen it. I got more bannings than you do. He doesn't have more. He hasn't been banned as many times as I've been banned. I've been banned. I made a backup channel to a backup channel that had a backup channel with the same name as the main channel, and I got banned. High Impact Flicks didn't do that. Niggas was like, wait a minute, nigga, that what? Like, hold on, wait. Are you telling me the backup channel had the same name as the main channel, but was still a backup channel to the backup channel main channel? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Like, all right, nigga. Well, maybe that's why the algorithm found you and deleted you before you could even post a new channel, nigga. Maybe they keep a record of this shit. Bill Gates got bionic mosquitoes. Those Bill Gates bionic mosquitoes, though, shit distract you from his backup channel with the same name as the main channel. Bill Gates has bionic mosquitoes. Be like, nah, hold on. Nah, don't distract me with that bullshit bionic mosquito, nigga. Why the fuck is your backup channel named after your main channel? I absolutely loved your Wu Flute clips. Your comedy almost killed me multiple times from laughter. Yeah, I made like 3 videos on that. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Phineas correct. Looking forward to morning live stream. What y'all want to talk about? I'm deleting this shit too. Is that 43 stacks of oak? Nothing, nowhere, get out. Thoughts on WrestleMania? The Big Show beat the Undertaker's ass. What would Luther Vandross do? Eat a whole bunch of Popeye's biscuits and get fat? Criminal Minds? I don't even know what you're referencing. Are you still gardening? Real talk? No. I'm banning gardening. I don't shout out to Big Luther. This ain't no knock on Big Luther. He was just little Luther. He was littler. I mean, some people only know Fat Luther. No, I don't believe in gardening. Only 2 people beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Cactus Jack beat Undertaker. I don't want to hear about that nigga. He let the nigga with the sock puppet beat his ass in the WrestleMania. One of those. He let Mankind whoop his ass. Morning B. What's up, Keith Riddle? And shout out to Daisy and Malhoot and John and her husband. I forgot you niggas' names. My bad. Yeah, Mankind, Cactus Jack, same person. Undertaker got beat up by Rey Mysterio. Undertaker got beat up by Goldust. Goldust. The homosexual with the gold suit on. Y'all remember him? Nah, fuck Undertaker. I don't want to hear that shit. Gold dust. I don't want to hear that shit. Wait, Santa isn't real. Shout out to Santa. He been squeezing his fat ass down chimney since 1865, when the stories gained popularity. Nevada Stronghold, sorry to hear that, but now you have time to listen to BG Stream. What happened to him? Oh, he must be waiting on his old country buffet order. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Shout out to Rick Ross. Rick Ross farming. Rick Ross got cows in. Shout out to Rick Ross, Waka Flocka, Khalees, Kanye West. Man, yeah, shout out to them niggas. They out there getting it. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Pew, 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 pew. Mm-mm. Pew, 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 pew. It's snowing here like a motherfucker. That's because you way the fuck up north. I doubt we gonna get any more snow. It didn't even really snow. Like we could put our plants outdoor. We can, yeah, you can start growing shit outside now. Ain't no more frost. We might have another frost, like little bullshit, but that's why when you hear about like George Washington, like he was a surveyor of lands, like they picked this area, this region right here for the capital for a reason. It's one of the best places in the country to grow. Like it doesn't get as rigid and snowy as like all the way the fuck up north, and it doesn't have all that bullshit going like the weather in the south. Like this shit just kind of right. It's just right. Yeah, they picked this shit for a reason. That's why I was watching that one YouTuber, Joanna Jeanton. She's like, where the fuck is that? Sweden? Is that where the fuck is that? Is that? She's like all the way up. No, I don't know where this bitch is from. She talked like Greta Thunberg. I'm going to take the camera. You don't know what the fuck she talking about, but she's speaking English. Yeah, and I'm like, the sun. If you look, the sun doesn't quite come up. It's like just dark, like 23 hours out of the day. And then in the summer, it's like the sun just doesn't go nowhere. I'm like, how the fuck do y'all grow anything? They don't. They just got a whole bunch of cattle and shit. Like they just, like, yo, y'all growing, period. Y'all don't. Like, you don't see too many, like, gardens up there. Like, this shit just crazy up there. Like, the sun either doesn't want to go away or just doesn't want to come out. She's probably from Minnesota. Nah, she from up there. She be taking ice baths and everything. Like, she had like 82 million views and she ain't do shit but take an ice bath. I'm going to take an ice bath. But Linda know who the fuck I'm talking about. She'd drop her skinny head and just sit there for 10 minutes and that shit get like 8 million views. Are there still 50 states in the U.S.? Just curious. Man, fuck them states. Virginia. Yeah, people be like, how many states do y'all have? I'm like, Virginia. How many is that? Virginia. Fucking man. Yeah. How many? How many? Virginia. You don't even know what I was about to say. It doesn't matter, Virginia. Thought Virginia was your grandma's name? It is. It was. Yeah, she done passed, but it was. Everybody grandma name was Virginia. I lost my passport in Virginia. Yeah, everybody down here got a grandma named Virginia. And they got an aunt named Ida Mae. If you from down this motherfucker somewhere, you got somebody there's a woman in your family somewhere named Ida Mae. You got an Ida Mae, you got a Jessie, a Celeste, a Alistine. Yeah. You go up north, everybody grandma named Mary. Everybody's a fucking Mary. Here you got an aunt named Ida. They love May. May was the preferred middle name for girls down here. You got Jessie Mae, Ida Mae, Alice Mae, Summer Mae, anything Mae. And if you from the deep south, if you from Louisiana, you got an auntie named Genevieve and Gwendolyn and Guinevere. Yeah. Down here we got Lynn's, Bernadette's, yeah. This the top of the South. This the South, but this is where the North and the South meet. Like this just below, like the Mason-Dixon line, I think, starting like Delaware. So I think Maryland is even considered the South. And it is. People, they have like a southern northern accent. But yeah, Virginia on down, that shit just the South. Maryland is South. My last name is Calvert. Lord Baltimore got Virginia taken from him. He was left with Baltimore, which was 10 times his current size. I was thinking about that shit too. And I was thinking about culture. And then I was thinking about kings and queens. And if you like pay attention and you're in tune with the material, you understand how like kings and queens were a part of certain European culture. Like just throughout history. And then I was thinking about the redcoats. And then I was thinking about Americans. And then I'll circle back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this live stream, how nations change faces. Imagine yourself the king. a group of people from the land done traveled to another place and set up colonies in honor of their homeland. 13, these niggas done set up 13 British colonies. They were called British colonies. They were British. Oh, you got different people that came here for different reasons. The people escaping religious persecution, the people who were just running because they were bitch made. All types of Europeans came. But I'm just talking about these people from the, and then, you know, everything all good. And then their descendants, you know how, you know, kids fuck. I'm thinking this shit from like the king's perspective, like the British people's perspective. The descendants decide, yo, why are we paying taxes and we don't have no say so in what goes on over there? And just imagine you're the king and you're like, because y'all not here. And then those people are just like, exactly. So why are we paying taxes? And then you're like, because you're British. And then they're like, no. And you're like, why not? They're like, because we Americans now. So you think just because you step foot in a new world that you call America, you just throw away your whole lineage and what your grandfather and them fought for and just become American? You know how you know how crazy that sounds? You think just because you imagine being British and then stepping foot on American soil and you're just like, I'm American now. Yes, this is how this works. You know, they have to, like, yo, the British got a point. Nah, like the king, like Americans were acting like rebellious children. Don't get upset neither. Don't fucking do that. Because the people who originally came out here and set up colonies, they called it the British colonies and paid tribute to their homeland because that's where they were from. It wasn't until their offspring, George Washington and them. George Washington was born here. George Washington was one of the first anchor babies. Guy has been described as white light. The fuck are y'all talking? What? Nick, I don't know. Y'all confuse my Blue Jay with that bullshit. What the fuck are y'all talking about? I'm talking about George Washington being one of the first anchor babies, and y'all up here talking about God as being described as white light. No, George Washington was an anchor baby. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Like what Spain did to South America, man. What? No, all right, you see what I'm getting at? It's like they did the same thing that the Mexican women come here and do. Have babies and now they're anchored here. Like the babies are just here. They're not even from, but it's like, yo, this is your history. This is your land. This is your homeland. Pay tribute to your king and queen. And they were like, yeah. And they were like, why not? Because we're not that no more. We're like American now. You know, this is what we do. You know, we don't have a say, and we don't want to pay taxes to you. We don't have a say so over there. And I hate to give them that voice, but it just came to mind. And then I was like, yo, I understand. I'm a man of understanding. I understand how the Americans felt. They were British, but they just up and called themselves Americans. They go that bullshit again. We're just going to adopt a new name for ourselves. Just like how the Anglo-Saxons just adopted the name Brit for themselves and just were British. Never mind the Welsh, we're British now. Yeah, we're just British. You know, it just encompasses all of us. And this is what we're all now, even though you've been inoculated in the Anglo-Saxon culture. You know, now here you are in America, and now you just think you're something else. You think you're something you're not. Yeah, if George Washington was an anchor baby and them Freemasons was inspiring rebellion against the crown. So that if you a king, that's how you gonna see it. You can be like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, and then they would just fight. And then I started thinking about how the British, because they were like warriors. Like the Brits weren't nothing to fuck with for real, be honest. And I'm like, how the fuck did this group of ragtag Americans, it was a lot of them, but they said like only 4% fought. How the fuck did this group of confused ragtag Americans just beat off this army? And then I started thinking, I was like, it took them 5 months to get here. You know how, bro, if you had to row a boat and battle lice, and you only had like 1 square foot of space because you've been on this ship, and you sick, and you forgot to pack enough rations of salted meat and yogurt for the journey, so now you're starving, and then you show up to the fight famished, and these fat Americans who have been fattened up by Native Americans having Thanksgiving with these niggas that are British but now identify as American are chucking spears at you and shooting at you, you're kind of not going to win that fight. It's not like America went there and fought. Nah, man, I'm seeing it from like England's side. It's like, yo, like they got a point, son. Y'all just said, fuck our ancestry, fuck our forefathers, fuck what our family died, nigga, just America. We're gonna start new. It's like y'all became something else entirely different and threw up a middle finger at the people who reared you. Yeah, they had home turf advantage, which didn't quite work out for the Indians. But that's because the Indians were nice. The Indians were sitting there feeding these niggas turkey, teaching them corn, teaching them how to use sassafras to heal. So now they got healing capacity on the battlefield. And the British have been packed on these small ass ships. They just show the fuck up, wet, hungry, don't even really want to fight no more. Would you want to fight after it took you 5 months to get to the fight? No. You'd be like, yo, son, I don't even know why we here, son. I forgot. Like, I done been sick like 12 times on the trip over here. We don't have no yogurt no more. Our boats are fucked up. I don't even think we can make it back. Like, our boat, look at the rudder, it's fucking missing. I don't even, it's a miracle we even got here to the fight. I don't even want to fight no more. Oh, this shit. Hey, you start thinking about it, you like, yo, I get it. Like, I know that. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave. But then you think about it, you like, damn, Francis Scott Key, didn't he get his ass beaten? Wasn't he jailed on a boat while he was peeking through the bars writing this shit? Like, oh shit, that's a raucous red glare right there. Let me jot that down. And then another nigga came along and wrote the shit. And who won the war? The British, who now call themselves Americans, won the war. And what do we know about history? The victor is the one who gets to tell the story. Yeah, we learn something entirely different over here than they do over there. Like, I get it. Y'all were just rebellious as fuck. And apparently England didn't send their best. The Masons. Fuck you mean? America was founded by Masons. All this shit, son. The Masons gave you this. Like, imagine you're a Mason, a Freemason. And the nerve and audacity of these niggas, these new age niggas, just to wake up and hate you because they want to be truthers. Not knowing what their ancestors even fought for, but taking credit for what their ancestors did. Just imagine you're a Freemason like, yo, we inspired rebellion amongst the British colonies in America. How dare you turn your backs on us? It's because of us this shit is even called America. Our kinsman was still sucking the tit of the Brits. We would have been ruled by the crown if it weren't for for us. Speaking of the Freemasons. Yeah, George Washington and all them niggas. Yeah, niggas. George Washington was an anchor baby. But nonetheless, you know his the Revolutionary War. Like, I wonder if Americans would have won the war if they were fighting the war over there. But then it wouldn't make sense. And then it just doesn't even fucking matter. And now that you call yourselves Americans. So now the Brits are looking at you like you have an identity crisis because you're not American. You come from them and they consider that the homeland. And they're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And you just like, yo, I'm being a rebellious teenager right now. I'm American. And they're like, nigga, we have a culture. You're like, I don't want a king. Nigga, our culture is to have kings and queens. It's been like this since before you were fucking born. Who are you to say this isn't how we do things? I just want to employ, I don't want a king. I don't want a queen. I want to do some Greco-Roman shit and have democracy and republicanism. And you see how that shit working out for you. As a king, put yourself in the king's shoes. And as a king, try to understand how having a country that's divided by political parties will even fucking work. That shit made no sense to them. They're like, what? Nigga, I am the king of this shit. We are united. You either for the king or against the king. There's no hiding. There's no none of it. If you don't like the king, usurp the king, take out the king, or respect the king, pay tithe. In America, they just like, how the fuck do you even get them niggas out of office? They live forever in Congress. They old as fuck eating graham crackers. They sitting there and ran out of yogurt. They sleep at the meetings. Then you get a new nigga to represent your country every 4 to 8 years. Then you have these two political parties. How the fuck do y'all expect this shit to work without pumping a whole bunch of bullshit money into it? So as a British king, well, this is how I be thinking. I'd be like, y'all weird. Y'all weird as fuck. Y'all weird as fuck over there. And y'all don't speak proper English. That's not how we taught y'all to speak. Y'all grandfathers, that's not how we taught y'all ancestors to speak English. Y'all done ran to America. Now y'all think y'all special. I don't know. Huh? That's how I feel right now. He ate a yogurt. He hate on yogurt because he's lactose intolerant and it gives him the bubble gut. You sound like somebody who spilled their yogurt. You sound like somebody whose little sister stepped on their yogurt and it squeezed out all over the concrete. You sound like someone who eats cereal with a fork. Treason is that is treason. How is that not treason? And then you think about how what the Americans did to the Brits. You're like, yo, I can see how that's treason. But these same people who called the South and the Confederacy treasonous don't see the treason in how their whole country was formed. It's like when you think about it, America was founded on treason. They betrayed their homeland. I know you like it. You got a constitution. It's good. Gun right. All that other shit. It was still treasonous. Was it not? Did you not betray the crown? Did you not betray the land of your fathers? You came out here on a mission and just decided to fucking stick around. And then when you had kids, your kids grew up rebellious as fuck. And they was like, I don't even know why we even got to be associated with them. And then that generation died off, and then you just left with this Freemasonic generation like, you know what? We're special, and we don't have to do none of that shit they require of us. Yeah, we gonna start our own shit. And see how that work out. And we gonna beat up those tired Brits they send over here. We are lacking those one-liner. Fun fact. Yep, that's why they said we always need guns, because someone else could do it again if not. That's when you think about it. You like, damn, no wonder they was on the gun shit, because they just betrayed their big homie. It's like, yeah, we need to strap up and make sure everybody keep a strap. Yo, keep a strap, son. Like this shit, because, you know, just, hey, this shit was founded on treason. And then people want to call the Confederates treason. Oh, they're traitors. They're traitors to their country. Well, what do you call the founding fathers then? This shit don't make no fucking sense. The king owed money to Jews, so he taxed the colony. Man, fuck them Jews. Who the fuck do y'all owe money to now? Who prints your money? So some good that shit did. It didn't even fucking matter. Who gives a fuck about it? Look where you ended up. Them niggas print your money now. So what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Who cares who the king owed? Nah, that was the culture of your fathers. That was your forefathers' culture. And you spat in the face of it. Now you done ran the fuck over here and calling yourself white to run away from your identity. We're white! Nah, you're traitors to your homeland. The Jake Break agrees with me. Well, you got somebody come up like, hey, ain't y'all the British people? No, we're white. We're white. We're white. Well, I don't, what? We're white. Just white. Like, nah, didn't y'all turn y'all back on y'all? We're white. We're just white. We're white now. We're Americans now. No, we're Americans. Like, how the fuck are y'all Americans if we're Americans and we're white? We're just white. Deal with it, pal. Yo Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Oh, white people didn't just come on Mayflower. My parents are Irish. So how the fuck are you white? Don't just say white people didn't just come on the Mayflower. My parents are Irish. Bang that shit. Be like, nah, cuz fuck that white shit. I'm Irish. I bang my set. Nah, nigga, this my set. Nigga, big eyes. Nigga, eyes up. Irish, nigga. Hell yeah, bang that shit. If you Irish, nigga, just be like, yeah, nigga, come from a long descendant of Gaelic warriors. Nigga came over, the Anglos and Saxons came over here with the Jews and got shit popping. We got shit popping on them with the Welsh and King Arthur and them shit. Beat them niggas back. People ended up assimilating with the culture. We went up north, nigga. We Ireland now. We got neighbors over there in Scotland, nigga. Ireland, bang that big shit, big eyes, nigga. Yeah, that ain't got shit to do with white. Nah, it was a whole bunch. Then you had the Amish people. They came over. They ran over here. There was some running there. I'm telling you, you got different groups of people that came here throughout different times. So I'm just covering like one group from which the country was like born, like the pit, like it was the British people who came over. Then you had like other people just seeking to spread like influence, and just nosy motherfuckers. It was just like, yo, I wonder what's over there. And they were like, aren't you okay with what we have here? It was like, yeah, but I want to know what's over there. Like, it's some shit over there, and I intend to find out what the fuck that is. Build a boat. Come on, hurry up. You know, you had all different types of people. You had Christians running from other Christians. That made up like 40% of the people who came over. They was just, we're Christian running from Christians seeking refuge. The Indians was like, y'all want turkeys too for Thanksgiving? We got corn. Y'all good? Y'all look like y'all need a meal. Like, that's all we saying. Like, yeah. My ancestors were here for thousands of years. We got screwed. You didn't get screwed. So let me ask you something, since you think you got screwed. Who did your ancestors screw when they got here? Nations change fate. Don't just think that the Native Americans or the indigenous people here. They probably sailed the fuck up here and did some wild shit to the people that was here. 9 times out of 10, that's what happened everywhere else. Where the fuck did they come from? They didn't just grow here out the dirt and just, we're here. We're here. Hell no, you got whole groups of people that were just wiped out because other people moved the fuck in. The Trail of Tears. Same thing with the term British. Yeah, the Britons was what the Roman Empire called the Gaelic people that occupied that land before the Anglos and Saxons showed the fuck up. Man, all land was taken from somebody else. All of it. On every continent, every country, all that shit, son. There's gonna be a whole lot of reparations being passed out. I can tell you that much. It's a whole lot of reparation. Get the money printer going. Niggas fight. We were taken from our countries too and brought here slaves. Nigga, all types of shit. The hippies lived in North America. Amish are non-violent Germans. Yeah, they didn't fight for that shit. They came here. Jacob Amon and Simon Minnow and them niggas. And the Heterite nigga, all them niggas, man, they fled the fuck over here so quick. they flew the fuck over here. They was just over here like, oh, thank goodness we're here. Like, we're radical Protestants. Do y'all have a problem with that? The Indians was like, yeah. It was like, oh, thank goodness. Okay, set up shop. Set up shop. Unload the mules. Yeah, they don't care. We're radical Protestants. They won't execute us here. They called them niggas in Europe. They were called radical. They were called radical Protestants. You know some shit with this. They were called, the Anabaptists were called radical. You know they didn't like them niggas. They was like, yo, we gotta get the fuck up out of here, son. This shit wild. $43 stacks of Oak True. You can't really own land. How much can you hold or take with you? You can't. And just because someone passed laws that says you own this property, you don't. Not just because you still pay taxes on it, but you can't take it with you when you die. You can't take it with you when you die. Like, you don't own shit. Like, people understood the concept, and then you got a whole nother culture come in like, yo, we believe, like, rights. Like, yeah, we own this land. And people was like, how the fuck do you own land? And it was like, it's our culture. We own this land. It was like, okay. They were right, though. You can't. But it is written on, it's on a piece of paper. They can be burned, it says you do, but if that shit were to ever go away, it will revert back to how it's always been. You know? If it wasn't the Europeans, it would have been the Russians or Chinese car. The Russians were doing the fuck I want too. Who you think owned Alaska? Them niggas owned Alaska. Bro, the Russians owned Alaska. They sold it to America. They sold it. That's some wild shit right there, son. Niggas just show the fuck up. We own it now. Niggas like, all right, but we want it. Like, how much? Like, how, you know? Like, imagine being America and the Russians is like, we own that. And you're like, yo, y'all don't even live nowhere near here. How the fuck do you own this? Because our eyes are bigger than our stomachs. And we're extremely greedy. You know you greedy when you want to acquire land you can't even go to. You greedy as fuck if you want land, you gotta do some extracurricular shit to travel to. That's some wild shit right there. BG put me in timeout. I was here earlier than I left because hubby called. Oh, that was a little problem. Here, he down there fixing your Chevy Cobalt. That Chevy Cobalt need sway bar links again. Because you done went on rockauto.com and got them little bullshit links for $2 a piece. Shout out to rockauto.com. Russian history gets bad rap for the 1900s, but Tsar Russia, amazing history. That shit didn't last though. You think the Russian Tsar ever believed that a group called the Bolsheviks would come in and just slit their fucking throats? End of reign. I'm telling nations change, bro. Shit change. Shit get real quick. Cause people, That's just us. That's me, you, all of y'all here. We people. Like, this is how people do. People get comfortable and think they actually like, yeah, this all shit right here. This all shit. Nigga, gangs do that shit every day. A gang will move in on another block and just be like, nah, this all shit now. This all block. You know, this shit, man, that shit gang. Bro, people been in the same, it's true for, it's all, that's people. People call it gang behavior now, but that's because the societal standards dictate what that is called. But since the beginning, that was how you got shit done. You move in on your opposition and you displace them. You move them the fuck out and you claim the area as your own. And then somebody else moved the fuck in. And then somebody else moved the fuck in. You know, this shit just go. The Bolshevik was sponsored with money from Jacob Schiff. I don't give a fuck who sponsored it. The Bolsheviks was about that life. They was with the shit. They wasn't just on the internet talking about, yeah, and we really don't, and we really have this great idea. They was out there doing this shit. And they did that shit. People just think it was the subversion and nah, man, they got physical. They got people make fun of the Jew. They like, yeah, the Jews, man, the Jews, long nose. Man, them niggas, man, they were with the shit. They'll slit your fucking throat and feed your carcass to the Caucasian shepherds. Like, they were really, like, they were warriors. I don't give a fuck if you didn't like their ideology. You don't like them. Them niggas was warriors. How the fuck you kill a Russian czar? You just move the fuck in and just, that shit wild, son. Shit wild. I need to make more movies on history. I need to make more movies. Yeah, the communists of those days will look at the people who call themselves socialists and communists and all these titles today and be like, y'all suck. Nah, we were with the shit. Like, y'all suck. Ford, I replaced wheel bearings in my 98 Contour 4 times with the cheap rock autos before I paid for the SKF. You can, the wheel bearings, you can get the Moog wheel bearings on there too. You don't just get the little off-brand bullshit. Rock Auto got all that shit. As soon as you type in rockauto.com, you put in the, I sound like I'm doing an ad for these niggas. Let me stop. Yeah, but you type in go to rockauto.com, type it in the search bar, type in your vehicle's information, then go to the part you need. If you need a wheel hub, it's going to be like in the wheel, the chassis section, and be like, yo, I need a wheel hub, or I need wheel bearings. You can pick from the Moog, the other shit, the Chinese shit. You can get the Spicer shit, you know, you get the shit for the Dana, you can get the Dana axle, all type of shit. You don't just gotta get the cheapest shit there. That should be like $11.95, then they hit you with the plus shipping and handling. Shipping and handling is like $8. That shit'll get to you next Tuesday. You good. Fuck, I sound like I just did an ad for these niggas. I don't even do ad for these niggas. I don't do ad for myself. Europa, the last battle. I would, bro, if I consider myself to be white, I wouldn't tell nobody to go watch Europa Last Battle. They be like, Europa, I'd be like, That just showed how white people let a group that's considered to be less than half of 1% of the population take over. That is a bad look. That is an extremely bad look. Just fail. The Europa Last Battle. Against who? Against who? Against these niggas? You mean the people that y'all say have bad genes and can't help but rub their hands together and always got a scheme? And is like less than 1% of 1% of a half of 1% of the world's population just took over one of the biggest continents, Europe? and the white people didn't do shit about it. But we tried to do something about it. Y'all suck. Soon as a nigga bring up Europa last, I be like, that don't exist, player. Nope. We need a do-over. We need a do-over. Yeah, y'all need reparations for that. Yeah, y'all suck. Y'all let them take the fuck over. Them niggas, them decrepit niggas took over. Them niggas took over. That's why it's called Europa last battle. That was the last battle. Then they bring up Hitler. You had the one nigga Hitler. Hitler tried, but no other white people rallied around him. It was just a bunch of white on white violence over spilled yogurt. Y'all didn't fuck with Hitler, and Hitler wasn't even about that life. Hitler was a nice guy. That's why he fucking lost. You know how many talks of peace this nigga went and had? This nigga even paid for Jews to pilgrimage to Israel. He paid for this shit. What type of shit you on? You supposed to be on some extermination shit like how they said you were. But when you look into it, this nigga was just extremely nice. This nigga was a nice guy. He was a painter. He was an art student. You know the art student types. This nigga was the Bob Ross of his day, making executive decisions. We'll pay for it. Excuse me? We'll pay for it. Nigga. Who will pay? The German people? No, we won't. Man, fuck them niggas. They can... I would hide that documentary. That people won't be watching that documentary in the future like the white people? This group of people took them out? This is what happened? I'm confused. I thought they were savage warriors. They're like, well, white people were, but in Europe, you had other white people who white people don't want to accept as being white, so they just call them Jews, just kind of take over everything, even though they were less than half of 1% of half of the population up there. Niggas gonna be like, what? Anyway, moving on to Africa. Like, yeah, please do, because what? Fucking, how the fuck did they take over? What did you copy and paste that from? Still on the History Channel. But what about your lesbian gay marriage with Owen Benjamin? Do you have a good honeymoon? Shout out to Owen Benjamin. I told the niggas I was gonna do this battle comedy. I'm about to body that nigga again. Shout out to him. I don't even need a beat. I spit the shit a cappella. Give me the beat. Nah, fuck a beat. A cappella. Top of the dome. Owen Benjamin Smith. Another tall, overweight faggot putting all that weight on his hip. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. He got a glass jaw. His only comeback to this would be to say how Barricade Garage has black skin. He finger pops his butthole and then he goes and plays with his kid. Me? I finger pop his wife Amy and then play with her clit. Cause I'm a legend. That makes me legendary. And him, he just the son of a bitch. And it's hereditary. Watachi running free somewhere like, I thought we were over this already. I am. I'm just doing this as a favor to his haters so they can better chronicle this whole situation later. Anyway, Back to Owen Benjamin. Owen Benjamin, I know you wish you had a shorter nose. I wish your mom miscarried and you were born in a toilet bowl. In the South, we still call that a commode. When I come off my throne, you getting hit up. Your whole rural Christianity grift been up. So now you love Islam and Ramadan and act like you read the Quran. Stop it. You just as illiterate as the Prophet Muhammad. Go back to Hollywood and keep being a failed comic. You just a bitch with thin skin. That's why you close down your comments. I told I was I thought I'm gonna do this acapella. I'm gonna do the acapella so they can chronicle this shit, right? I do this shit for fun. This one and done. It's over. Owen Benjamin, have you been blowing men again? Be honest. You let Steven Crowder dance in front of you in assless chaps. You need to pay your own gay away ASAP. If it wasn't for the Bears putting money in the letters, you wouldn't have no cheddar. Yet you threaten to stop live streaming so you can just make cheddar. I hope you get Charlie some Hooked on Phonics so he can talk better. You just another fake homesteader. So I'm gonna rip this shit acapella. On the top of the dome. On the top of the dome, come off of my throne. Y'all Bammers don't know about battle rap like this. The crowd reaction would be insane. I would have to tell nigga, calm down, calm down. Y'all, every time I couldn't hear, they'd be like, oh, I'd be like, yo, chill. Hold on, chill. Chill. I got one more question now. Only a BB fan would know this much about Owen. I love these feuds. Fury of the Fury, y'all act like that nigga is not a fucking public figure. I'm not even an Owen Benjamin fan. Bro, you can go on Reddit and find out everything you need to know about that nigga ever. They chronicled the fuck out this nigga's whole ordeal. You don't have to be submersed and be a bear and know all about it. Nah, nigga, all that shit right fucking there. They been talking about the bullshit he been doing. They done compiled man, it's charts, graphs, and data on that nigga. You don't have to he must really been a bear and known that this nigga. No, you know you don't. That shit free. Just go to Reddit. He tells you not to go there. He bashes the Reddit like how mainstream media bashes alternative media. Which is why your parents don't want to listen to alternative media. They just want mainstream media. Go to Reddit, type in Owen Benjamin in the search bar. All that shit pop the fuck up, son. I know what Black Lady Bear said about his guest he had on the other day. And I know how he did a whole live stream and didn't even acknowledge her by name. But he brought up this shit she was saying. I'm not a bear. But I know that shit. I know he's scared of Black Lady Bear. Hey, you don't need to be all in his chats and watch his videos. They do a Reddit. If you in here, y'all autistic with it. They've been chronicling this nigga's shit since day one. So that's why I did the battle rap for fun. This shit gonna be chronicled. That's why I got videos I ain't take down off YouTube. And when you type that nigga name in the search bar, you see my shit pop up. Yeah, we call that a chronicle. Yeah, niggas got that from King Alfred. He chronicled that the Saxons, the Saxon kings and all the conquests and all the bullshit that was going on, so future generations can know what the fuck happened during this era. Yeah, that's all I did. Then too, you gotta understand, I'm a student. Like, I like when things catch my attention, like I'll read into it real quick. Like, I know some shit about Saxon history, but I'm not a fucking Saxon. You see what I'm saying? But the information is out there. BG, you start your watermelons indoor. I'm starting late. I done started everything late. But yeah, I'm starting them outdoors. They say watermelons really don't do good with transplanting, like starting indoors and bringing them out, but some people have success with that, others don't. But yeah, I'm gonna just put them straight in the ground. Like, fuck it, leave it to Beaver. That's why somebody asked me why I put the plastic down on the watermelon patch. It's so that when it gets watered, the watermelons won't experience splashback from the dirt and soil because they're prone to disease more easier than other vine style plants. And it protects the soil and I was looking into this shit. But yeah, it's better to have the plastic down than not have it down. Like, if you go see like watermelon farmers, like in Asia, India, in the South, you see whole rows and they got it lined with plastic. Then too, the fruit laying on the ground won't be more susceptible to, won't be more prone to rotting. I use newspaper home. I just used the plastic. I went to Lowe's and picked up a roll for like 20 bucks. It's like 200 feet. Jack Gallant, you little gay whore monitor. You know, this BG, you know, Tyrone Shoe. Now, I don't know Tyrone Shoelaces. I know I don't envy a man that makes his living off handouts from other men, though. So, yeah, I really get out here and do shit. Yo, it's crazy when you think about it, that's welfare. Like, him and a lot of when your lifestyle depends on other men giving you handouts. Hey, yo, y'all think about that shit? It's people in here that don't respect men who don't work and their woman works and pays for everything. How the fuck is it any different with niggas like Owen Benjamin? It's just him or his woman don't work, but your woman work and sends him the money. It's the same shit. It's welfare. It's welfare. Yeah, yeah, that's welfare. I'm headed to the DMV. Thanks for another educational live stream. You going to the DMV to try to get that title? That Pakistani woman gonna be out. Thank you for coming to the DMV. Also like to enter the 125.99 in the Podami. You gonna be like, look, I just need to get this title shit together. Jones on bail for where his lifestyle depends on other people sending him money. This shit crazy. I wouldn't want to be in that position, especially with people. Y'all see how unstable people are? Nigga, you think if I wouldn't want my financial matters being decided by YouTube, why the fuck would I want them being decided by you? Y'all wild as shit. Y'all here one day, gone the next. The fuck I'm gonna put the future financial stability of my family in you guys' hands for? I say the wrong thing, y'all gonna go over there and start watching that nigga. Or another nigga. Or some other nigga. Man, fuck no. Hell no, I'd rather work. I know what I need to do. I know I need work ethic. I know my income is earned by how much I work. So I gotta get up, get out, and go get something. Fuck no, I'm not gonna rely on you niggas to be. Y'all know how unreliable you people are. You, Victoria Panda, Jessica She, Ghost Weasel, Santi's World, Diamond. Y'all unreliable as fuck. Not relying on y'all. Don't even know where y'all money coming from. Y'all living paycheck to paycheck. How the fuck I'ma expect my living to come from y'all? We don't even know where I live. Hell no, that's too many ups and downs and dips. No, I like to be in control of like my own like destiny type shit. Like my own like, I know if I didn't make a certain amount of money for a month, I know that's because of me and not because of some things outside my control. Hell no, you can call me a control freak, but I like to be directly responsible for my own income by providing a valuable service to people I meet. Pressure washing, junk removal, firewood, cooking wood, cooking, grading, light grading, heavy grading, moving material, hauling, trailer rentals, brush removal, debris removal, hardscaping, landscaping, you fucking name it. Nah, I gotta work for that. I can't depend on you people. Y'all can't even depend on y'all own jobs. There's somebody that work at Aldi's right now, he about to get fired today and he don't even know it. Well, just call me old-fashioned. I guess I'm old-fashioned. Yeah, I'm out.